Today, destinations that define us, hiking Tulsa's rugged trails, finding fabulous getaways, and traveling to the trail's end for great barbecue.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds. The survivor tree that you see behind me here at the Oklahoma City National Memorial is a potent symbol of what defines us as Oklahomans, tenacity in hard times and the deep roots that give us an enduring sense of community. Well, that sense of community is alive and well in Tulsa, where some civic-minded folks got together to create an outdoor recreation area for everybody to enjoy. We told our Shel Wagner to take a hike, and she did, and that's where we find her, on the rough trails of the Turkey Mountain Urban Wilderness area.
Tulsa's urban landscape hums and bustles with Art Deco symbols of progress stretching skyward. And at the center of it all lies a wilderness?
If you're a biker or runner, it's an oasis in the middle of all this urban development.
A mere 7 minutes from downtown Tulsa, Turkey Mountain Urban Wilderness features more than 25 miles of winding single track through rugged woodlands, which in mere moments can transport you far away from the city. For more than 30 years, Tulsans have carved these paths. Some of the trails were started by wildcatters long ago, and you can still find historic remnants from Tulsa's oil industry tucked in here and there.
The original trails were created by individuals. It wasn't an organization that made them.
These trails still welcome equestrians, trail runners, hikers, and mountain bikers, which is astonishing news when you see for yourself how this area feels so pristine and unspoiled.
You'll find a lot of trails that interconnect. It's a little bit easy to get lost, but the locals love that because that means that you can get lost. You know, you can ride and try new paths and new areas.
Turkey Mountain is just one part of Tulsa's extensive River Parks trail network, which is well known to power walkers and road cyclists.
The trail system that Tulsa has, that Turkey Mountain is connected to, can take you to cities as far away as Skytook or Sand Springs. Now we're talking about actual asphalt trails that you're not on a trail with a car.
When you take the trails that border the river's east bank, you'll glide through an outdoor art gallery of sorts. This is where you'll find the area's largest collection of bronze wildlife sculptures and abundant resting spots, all with serene vantage points. You'll even have a view of Turkey Mountain itself, which you may now refer to as the place where you had a healthy helping of nature and where you left all your stress and worries behind. At Turkey Mountain Urban Wilderness, right in the heart of Tulsa, I'm Shel Wagner.
Turkey Mountain's open dawn to dusk for hiking, biking, and riding in very rugged terrain with terrific views of the Arkansas River. For more information, just go to discoveroklahomatv.com and we will link you to their website. This week, we're checking out destinations that define us as Oklahomans, and perhaps one of our most well-known characteristics is that we're always willing to lend a helping hand. Do you know Lolly's found a great retreat where you can go and really renew your spirit at the same time you know you're helping others?
Nestled atop an area called Horn Hill sits a very unassuming house in a residential section of Muskogee. Built in 1919, this different type of home certainly has a comfortable feel. And once you step foot inside, you realize just how off your perception was from the outside.
The house in general is kind of a ranch style. It's deceiving. You look at it from the outside and you think, oh, well, that's just a little ranch style house. It's 10,000 square feet of a little house. Big.
Yes, the house is big, and consequently it fits its purpose, which is helping women and children. It all started when entrepreneur Jerry Whitlock donated this house to WISH, which stands for Women in a Safe Home. And all the proceeds above the expense of the house goes to WISH.
Well, his mother was real interested in WISH. And, you know, gave a lot of thought to the women and children that had to be in places like WISH. And Jerry he just thought that it was part of an organization that he wanted to be part of, that, you know, he wanted to help, and this was his way of doing that.
So when you do stay here, you are indeed helping a great cause. Now, the best way to describe how it's decorated on the inside is, well, fun and eclectic. Jerry sends items from his worldly travels, whether it's artwork or rugs or statues. The house has 5 bedrooms, with the main one being the suite, which has a sauna and a whirlpool.
They have access to the steam room that's in the suite, the whirlpool, large whirlpool tub that's in there, huge shower with 5 shower heads or 6 shower heads, and then, of course, big bed, and it's comfortable, and they get breakfast if they're staying in the suite. Of course, if they stay in any of the rooms, they get breakfast.
And when it comes to food, as a guest, you get breakfast. But for dinner, it doesn't matter if you're a guest here or not. If you just want to have dinner and there's 10 or more in your group, you can just call and give them what you want prepared, and they'll take care of it for you. Now, all the rooms are exotic, to say the least, but comfortable and spacious. People from across the country stay here all the time. It's not your typical bed and breakfast experience, but what you feel is comfort and maybe just a little bit of home.
They will get peace and quiet because no one bothers them. They're home. We want them to, if they stay here, to feel like this is their home.
You can feel right at home and, more importantly, help a wonderful organization like WISH. In Muskogee, I'm Dean O'Lally.
To plan your stay at Whitlock Wish House, and for lots more to do in Muskogee, just click the link for this story on discoveroklahomatv.com. Now, how about some fine dining in Wynnewood? It's up next. See what awaits you at Trails End when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
I hope we didn't forget anything.
I think we're all set.
Hard to believe Megan is in college.
Do you remember how she cried and cried when we dropped her off at kindergarten?
We were both crying.
Good thing we're only a few hours away. Last box. You can call us tomorrow.
I will, Daddy.
And one more thing. You're gonna need these.
No way. Are you kidding? Can I get Mom's car?
Okay, sweetheart, but you have to be careful. Now, I put the AAA insurance policy and the membership information in the glove box.
Just in case anything should happen.
Okay.
I'm really glad we switched our auto insurance to AAA. Really saved us some money. Not to mention peace of mind.
It's nice knowing AAA will be there if her car ever breaks down, too.
John, are those tears I see?
No.
AAA Auto Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, checking out things this week that define us as Oklahomans. One of those things is our love of friends and family, and of course sitting down to a good meal with the folks we love. Our Adam Beatty, our man about towns, has been looking for just such a place and has found one in Wynnewood, and that's his latest hotspot.
What's up, Oklahomies? Today we're in Wynnewood, America at Trails End, and as you can see from the sign, they do barbecue and they do it extremely, extremely well. But even if you're not in the mood for barbecue, you will not leave disappointed.
I sat down with Miss Pam Keebler, a transplant Okie who has made, along with her family, a home and a business down in Wynnewood. How are you doing today, Pam?
I'm doing good.
Great. We're happy to be here. Can you tell us a little of the history of Trails End?
Okay. We started the restaurant about almost 2 years ago. In October this year, it'll be 2 years. And this is our 4th restaurant. We've been in the business now for about 28 years. And this was one that we were hoping to be smaller. So we originally just wanted it to be a small dining room and a lot of to-go business, but it ended up warranting a lot more than that. Our local customers came in and said it's too small. So I think within 6 months we added on our other dining room.
Wow.
Yeah, and double our space.
Wow, that's really amazing. While you can generally find Pam and her daughter Chelsea up front working with the customers, husband Jim Keebler is the man behind the scenes, conjuring up some tasty meals for the folks of Wynnewood. We stepped into the kitchen to talk with him about his history making some seriously rad barbecue.
Well, it started about really when I was real young with my uncle and was a mentor of mine, and I always wanted to be able to turn out barbecue like he did. and it was my dream for a long time. And then back in 1984, I finally got brave enough to start my first restaurant, and went from there. This is one of our ribs we just took off the pit. As you can see, it's got a nice glaze on it. You see a little bit of the brown sugar rub still there on it. Like I say, it's a North Carolina sweet rib, and we try to get them off where they're still nice and juicy.
What keeps you coming back to the Trails End here in Wynnewood?
The food is extremely good. We always come back. We come a couple of nights a week.
And what's your favorite thing on the menu?
Actually, I like the Mexican food, even though it's the barbecue. When we eat the barbecue, but they have really good Mexican food here too.
The name is Trails End Barbecue, but as you can see, that's not where it ends. We have enchiladas, beef nachos, hamburgers, barbecue club sandwich, just about anything you could want. In Wynnewood, Oklahoma, I'm Adam Beatty.
To blaze a path to Trails End Barbecue, just go to discoveroklahomatv.com and we'll point you in the right direction. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to share some deep-rooted accounts from the pages of Oklahoma Today magazine. Trees that not only watched history march past, but made history when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues in 2 short minutes.
Hey, how's Kara doing? Great. Absolutely loves being in college.
Sam?
Just started driving.
Watch out.
Yeah, we just added him to our AAA membership. Smart move.
I'm just glad we have good insurance.
Who do you guys use?
We switched over to AAA auto insurance. With another driver in the house, it just made sense to check out pricing. AAA saved us a ton.
I didn't know they had insurance too.
Yeah, auto, home, and life.
Remember that time when we snuck Dad's car out and got that flat?
Here they go again.
Well, AAA came and fixed it, and the folks never found out.
Found out what?
Nothing, Dad.
Talking about the time you two snuck the car out while we were gone.
You knew?
Well, of course. Why do you think Mom and I added you girls to our AAA membership? Never told you I always check the odometer, did I?
Oh, great idea.
Thanks, Grandpa.
AAA Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. The survivor tree that you see behind me here at the Oklahoma City National Memorial graces the cover of the latest edition of Oklahoma Today magazine. You can find out its story and learn about other deep-rooted destinations inside the cover. Oklahoma Today's November-December issue takes you into the woods to walk among deciduous giants that have borne witness to Oklahoma's deep-rooted history. Then turn the page and read a better-than-fiction tale of the lone wolf of the Canadian. You'll discover peace in the soul-searching story of an Oklahoma Benedictine monastery, and get your game day on with competitive eating at your favorite college town restaurant, all in the November-December issue of Oklahoma Today. Get your copy online at oklahomatoday.com or at select bookstores around the state. Oklahoma Today, the magazine of Oklahoma since 1956. What a joy it is today to be out here in the sunshine on a fall day underneath the spreading autumn canopy of the survivor tree, the iconic symbol of resilience and hope. So many people have come here to the Oklahoma City National Memorial from all over the world to receive its message of tolerance. Around the world, it's known as the Oklahoma Standard, how our community responded to catastrophe on April 19, 1995. It's the moment in our history of which I am most proud, that Oklahomans came together in a unified effort to deal with our own disaster by quietly rolling up our sleeves and going to work. It's a story of people facing down a dreadful act of hatred and destruction with determination and self-reliance. But it's not an easy story, and not one I wanted to relive. And I know I'm not alone in that.
We have visitors from all 50 states, 35 countries every month. But the percentage of Oklahomans isn't as great as we want it to be. And it's because I think people live through it, and they feel like they're going to be sad or depressed when they come here. Yet when people come, they're very glad they did.
For me, it was the faces I dreaded seeing again. After years of reporting on the bombing and its aftermath, many of these smiling photos are tattooed in my memory, along with the faces of the families and friends we grew to know so well over time. And as I expected, seeing them again brought back that awful sense of loss we all felt nearly 15 years ago. The true human cost of that day is really driven home in the museum by these heartbreakingly simple reminders chosen by the families to represent each victim.
I think one of the things that really stuck out to me the most was just seeing one of the kids' shoes, and just it really tugged at my heartstrings.
We think it's really important that when people come here from around the world, they get to kind of get a glimpse of who these people are and what they really wanted and what they really dreamed of, and you know, they're t-ball coaches and Sunday school teachers and moms and dads and brothers and sisters, and so that's really important.
But in the end, the memorial, which is funded entirely by private donations and museum admission, is not here to remind us what happened, but to remind us of what we learned from what happened. And that is a beautifully inspiring story worth telling to everyone who'll listen.
And when I come out here every day, that's what I think of. I mean, I think of the people who were lost, and I think of how their families are doing and where they are, and I think about where this city is today compared to 1995. But I also think about Oklahomans and what incredible people we showed the world that we are. And that really is, it's about pride. I think this site is about pride.
The stop was made, he was arrested.
Noble County Sheriff Charlie Hanger was a state trooper when he picked up bomber Tim McVeigh fleeing north on I-35. He comes to the memorial periodically, as others do, to share his firsthand account.
And I get to be the ambassador for law enforcement, if you will, to let people know that law enforcement officers are out there driving up and down the roads, working traffic, but at the same time, looking for that criminal element that goes up and down our streets and highways.
Charlie Hanger also believes the memorial is a point of pride for Oklahomans.
What happened on April the 19th, 1995, how Oklahomans survived it, and I think that's a big lesson. Oklahomans showed the world how we could get past this terrible act.
It's sad. The story is sad. We can't change what happened here, but we can change, you know, how we react to that story and how we teach that story to thousands of people who come here.
People who will hopefully spend a few quiet moments beneath the spreading branches of the perfect symbol of Oklahoma's deep roots and resilient spirit, the survivor tree.
Think of that day, how it burned in half, and you think of really just reflect back almost 15 years now of how this state came together in a way that we have never seen before, and we brought this courage and hope and showed the world what Oklahomans were all about.
The memorial grounds are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on the Memorial Museum hours and a link to their site, just go to discoveroklahomatv.com. Love to eat but hate to cook? We're going to show you how to pass your spatula along to that budding chef in your family and savor the results. The kids are cooking up a storm when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns in just 2 short minutes.
Thanks for all your help.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Oh, I just switched our insurance over to AAA.
Why? We've been with our guys for years.
I know, but I met with the agent and she showed me how AAA could match our coverage and save us money by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Really? Well, did we get a discount? I mean, we've been with those guys for years.
Yes, and with the extra money we saved, I was thinking we could take that second honeymoon we've always talked about.
Hey, I am all about that.
So, with all the travel discounts we get for being AAA Oklahoma members.
Well, I do have some vacation time I need to take.
Oh, good, because our room is right on the ocean.
You already booked it.
I did.
What are you guys up to?
Nothing. We're just getting some dinner started.
When are you leaving?
AAA Insurance, for the ones that matter most to you. Give us a call today or talk to a AAA agent nearest you.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does lots of other great stuff around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. When you hear the name AAA, many of you probably think about roadside service or booking your next vacation through AAA Travel. But did you know that AAA Insurance is the fastest growing auto and home insurance company in Oklahoma? It's true. AAA Insurance offers a wide variety of discounts which allow us to offer competitive premiums along with thorough insurance coverage to our customers. In addition, AAA has 41 insurance offices across the state of Oklahoma to make it easy and convenient to do business with us. Call us or go to AAA.com to get a free auto or home insurance quote. And while you're at it, ask us about life insurance too. Our reputation for quality customer service is unmatched, and you are backed with a name you know and trust. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
AAA, for the ones who matter most to you. We've been talking about what defines us as Oklahomans, but what will define us in the future? We've always had a love of home cooking, But our Shel Wagner discovered there's a growing trend toward home-cooked cuisine that's also healthy, and she's found a school in Tulsa that caters to that interest.
Like many of us, Catherine DeCamp was a busy mom. And in the evenings when she returned home from her job as a corporate consultant, she was racing the clock to get dinner on the table and didn't really have time to teach cooking skills to her young daughter who so wanted to help.
And so I was thinking to myself, I should really put her in a little cooking class or something so that she can enjoy herself and cook and have a lot of fun and then, get it out of her system.
But no such school existed, at least not in Tulsa, and so the very industrious Catherine decided to start a cooking studio herself.
We thought it would be important not only to have weekly cooking classes where children could learn skills to cook and to nourish themselves, but also we wanted to have a place where people could come in and have birthday parties, have a fun cooking party, and we do summer camps.
Some might assume that children in a cooking studio would only create simple stuff. That's just not the case here.
It was very important to me that we not be cooking pizza and hot dogs and the things that people expect to see in a children's cooking school. So we started out with some really great recipes that were kid-friendly but had a lot of chopping and grating and measuring and mixing and stirring.
And these guys are using real utensils.
When you're cutting with a knife, you're always going to hold your hand like this. And just use the tip of your knife to kind of finish chopping up the garlic into a little bit smaller pieces.
And they become familiar with fresh, whole foods.
Today is the day you learn what a cremini is.
The kids don't know ahead of class time what entree they're going to be making, and Catherine doesn't pre-test the recipes.
Sometimes the recipes are wonderful and we all love it, and sometimes we have 50% love it, 50% hate it.
It's a relaxed, no worries type of atmosphere.
When you're working with kids and everybody's hands are busy, they really talk a lot. And so I know that with my own children and with my little girl who still lives at home, it's so fun to be cooking with her because we'll just have nice conversations. And I think we lose that a lot when we have these busy lives.
Sage Studios also features a fun retail area with real but scaled down bowl scrapers and spatulas, kid-sized aprons, real chef's hats, and other cooking-themed gifts. But the confidence that comes with knowing how to make a great meal, and believe me, this entree tasted gourmet and delicious, I believe that's the real gift here. And that's a gift that will last your child a lifetime. At Sage Culinary Studios in Tulsa, I'm Shel Wagner.
Sage Culinary Studio holds children's as well as adult classes and even some one-dish classes you can attend if you just have a day or two to spend in Tulsa. For a listing of the classes, just go to discoveroklahomatv.com to find a link to their website. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't been lately to the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum, or maybe you haven't brought your children or grandchildren, you really need to do it because it is such an important part of our state's history. Next week, we're off to Tulsa with Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb. We'll kick off the holiday shopping season, try a pizzeria where you build your own pie from the bottom up, and find just the right place to slumber in style. Until next time, remember, there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.